So now that I've created the mounts for the C-hooks, let's take a look at creating the C-hooks themselves. So again, I might first want to just check out some dimensions. Again, I could just remember these from my previous design, but tapping on this edge here will show me the radius down below. So the radius of that hole cut out there is again 5 millimeters. And I can also tap on the bottom face of my hole cutout to get the total distance of the cutout, but if we remember, it was a 15 millimeter cut. So I can use some of this information in generating my C-hook. So again, I can start my sketch really anywhere I'd like. Maybe I'll jump to a right view to start my sketch here. And I'm going to try to make use of the sweep command to generate the C-hook. So I'm going to start out by sketching out the path. So to sketch out my path, I'll start just with a simple sketch here. Sketch a line, let's say about 20 millimeters or so. And then from that line, I'm going to sketch a little bit of an arc. So again, I can just start another line and just, if I wiggle my pencil, I'll get an arc from that. I'll throw in an arc somewhere about there. And then again, I'm going to throw in another arc. So start my line, squiggle my pencil again, and I have a bit of an arc like this as well. So that would be kind of the general shape of my C-hook there. And then I just want to finish it off with some constraints and some dimensions. So first I might want to define, let's say, this line and this arc. I'd like those, of course, to be tangent with each other. Same idea with this arc and my second arc there. I'd like to be tangent as well, so I'll throw in that tangent constraint there. And maybe I'll just finish off with some dimensions. So I would like maybe this first arc to be, let's say, 15 millimeter radius. And maybe the second arc as well here to be about a 15 millimeter radius. And then maybe just fine tune some locations of the center point here. Do it directly above our edge. Okay, and then maybe something like this, just to fine-tune the exact shape and size we may want. Once we're somewhat happy with the general shape there, now we can have kind of our finished sketch for the path of our C-hook. So now, to finish off our sweep, we also need a profile. So the profile in this case would just be probably a simple circle of that 5 millimeter radius. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to start that circle sketch right at kind of the bottom of my profile sketch. So what I like to do here is maybe I'll jump to a bottom view to start the sketch of my profile. And I know it's just going to be a circle. It's a little bit hard to see exactly where my path starts there. So what I might do is just do the general shape and location. So I know it's somewhere about here. And I want to throw in that radius of, again, it was 5 millimeters. So I know I've drawn that on my bottom face or bottom plane there. And now I can maybe just jump into a bit of a more 3D view to try to get the exact location lined up here. So we can see now, should be fairly simple just to select my circle here and move it into the exact position I'd like. So in this case I want it starting kind of right at the bottom of my C-hook path there. I can double check, but it looks like it's aligned nicely here. So now I can use my sweep command. So I'm going into Tools here and Sweep, and I'll just need to define or select the face or the closed sketch. That will be my profile, so it's going to be this circular sketch here, and then tap Next. And then just select any lines or curves for my spine or my path. So I can tap to select this line here, my arc, and this arc here. I have the general shape of my C-hook created from my sweep, and when I'm happy with that, just tap the Done check. And that's looking good. Again, maybe just finish it off by maybe changing the color slightly. I can go to Tools, Color, and we go to that lighter, more metallic color there. And once I'm happy with that, just tap the check to finish it off. Now that we've created our C-hook designs here, we'd probably just like to insert them into the C-hook mounts. So again, this is going to be very similar to how we inserted our bolts earlier, probably using the translate tools. So I can go to Transform and Translate. First I want to grab the body I'd like to translate, so that's going to be my C-hook there, and tap Next. And then if I'd like, I can create a copy, since I will need to have 2 of these. And then I just need to select my start and my end point. So again, I'll grab my start point, should be maybe the center point of my bottom face of my C-hook there. And then the end point should be the bottom face of my mount hole here. So right about there. Okay, I can double check with a bit of a 3D view, make sure this translation seems about right. And if I'm happy with that, hit the done check. And it looks like that has worked out perfectly. And maybe I'll just do a similar idea once more to get my second C-hook in there as well. So I'll go to Transform Tools, Translate, and grab that C-hook there, tap Next, make a copy again, and select my start point, and my end point here. And if it looks about right, can tap the done check mark there. So now I have my 2 C-hooks in place. And if I'd like, I'm obviously not using this original hook here, so I could hide that group or just delete that body if I'd like to get rid of it for now.